Okay, everybody here. Today, I want to talk about the transcriptionist application. But before I do, does anyone have an issue that needs to be dealt with? I'm going to open a chat. Okay. So in the chat, please let me know, not Skype, but in the Zoom group chat, please let me know if you have any issues that need to be discussed. I'll keep an eye on that. But what I'd like to do is tell you about Transcriptionist from the get-go. The very first thing that we have to do for Transcriptionist is we have to create a new job. So to do that, we're going to click on New. And then we're going to, we can type in a name for the job. We're going to make sure that the case says none and the style says TNT Juvenile Court Hearing. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to click on Acquire. And I'm going to go to the place where I have saved my dictation audio. I'm going to go to the audio at 1:30, which is the stuff that I just put up this week. And I'll make a selection and click on Open. It's going to let me know that it's acquired the audio file. And I'm going to click on OK. Now I'm ready to go in and dictate. So I'm going to click on the microphone.
Tom Cruise's Aussie ex Nicole Kidman took top honors in People magazine's.
I'm just going to stop the audio for a minute. And I am going to make sure that my headset is plugged in before I go forward. Because whatever you created your user with must be plugged in before you open your user profile. So I'm going to select it and click on Open. Okay. The first thing, I'm going to address all of your questions. But first, I just want to address some things that I know was going on with some of you. For instance, some of you came in to the screen and did not see the screen set up this way. Maybe this was up like this, and maybe this was over here like this. maybe this is over here like this. Every light blue line can be moved over. So I like to see the volume for sure. That's the last most important thing to see. And then I like to see my speakers over here. If I'm dictating something that doesn't have several speakers, I can simply turn the speakers and the untrans off right up here so that I don't see that screen at all. Now, you can start playing the audio that you've captured by clicking on play. The volume must be all the way to the right, or at least toward the right. And then the next thing you have to make sure you're doing is you have to go down to the lower right-hand corner of your screen and click on the speaker. Right-click on it and click on Playback Devices. You want to make sure that if you are using a headset, that's the one that's selected. I'm not using my wireless headset. I'm using my wired headset, and it's plugged directly into the mic in port of the computer. And so that is what is supposed to be my playback device. And the little green circle with the check in it means that that is the default device. If you right-click on that device, it shows you that, well, you can't see it here. Let me right-click on this one. If this were the one I wanted, I would right-click on it and set it as the default device. This one is already set to the default device, so that's good. I'm going to click on OK. Now, another thing that came up is the foot pedal. So I'd like for you all to go ahead and connect your foot pedals. And once you've connected your foot pedals, we are going to go ahead and configure them. That's a good question. And would any port be okay? Yes, any port will be okay. I suggest that you pick a port, and that's the port you use every time. Once you've connected the foot pedal, I want you to click on the foot pedal icon that has a little screwdriver on it. The very first thing you have to do is make sure that the type is the IN USB 1. Now, pedal 1 is the left pedal. So on down, we are going to make that step back, which basically means rewind. Okay, if you're having a problem, just hang tight. So the first pedal, the left pedal on the left, if we push down on it, it's going to rewind. To control how much it rewinds, you use the step. And this is usually calculated in seconds. So you can move it to go further back or less further back. And on the up, I want it to go ahead and play. Because if I rewind, I'm rewinding because I want to hear the audio. So when I release the pedal, it'll play. Pedal number 2 is the right pedal. So normally people set that one to step forward or fast forward. On up, I want it to play. Now keep in mind that my preferences are not necessarily going to be your preferences, and that's absolutely fine. Your foot pedal should be used to make you work faster. So whatever will make you work faster, that's the choices you make. Pedal 3 is the center pedal. That's the most important pedal. When I press the pedal down, I want it to play the audio. And when I remove the pedal, I want it to pause with back step, which means that it's going to stop the audio playback and it's going to rewind a second or two so that it'll repeat the last few words of the last thing you listen to. We're going to click on apply and OK. And then to turn your foot pedal on, you simply click on the foot pedal with the lightning bolt. And when you do that, you should see a green bar along the bottom of your screen that says foot pedal is on. Okay, now, aside from Kim, is anyone else having a problem with their foot pedal control? Naomi, you're not hearing the audio is automatically stopping. Is it stopping when you lift your foot? Okay, that is what it's supposed to do, you're right. So it may very well be that, but when you keep the foot on the pedal, oh, you were having problems configuring it. Is it configured now correctly? Fantastic. Okay, so Kim, are you the only one having a problem at this point? Okay, I need to dial into you. Send me your password, please, for TeamViewer. Okay, now, the idea, once you're here, is to dictate. Now, I believe someone asked me why they weren't seeing the timestamps and the line numbers. So I'm going to just go check. Okay. Okay, Disha, thank you for the request. I'm adding you to Transcriptionist right now. Okay, thank you, Disha. You're in. Okay. Okay. I'm going to exit out for a second. You guys stay where you are. As a matter of fact, I'd like for you all to begin dictating whatever job you, whatever audio you captured. And after you do that, we're going to move on and I'm going to show you some of the hotkeys. But first, I'd like you all to dictate for about a minute. Test 1, 2, 3. Test, test. Okay, Michelle, you're having problems with words coming up on your screen. Okay. I'm going to switch to your screen, making you the host. I don't think that's working. Did you accept, Michelle? Did it ask you to accept something? Okay, great, Michelle. I'm glad you've got things sorted out. Everyone, I need you all to download the briefswap.txt as well as the wordswap.txt. And please just put it on your desktop for now. Okay, I think there is definitely at least one of you, Juanita, you need your software updated. I'm going to have to deal with you after class. I know you've been ill. Welcome. I will get you settled after class. You're just going to have to pay attention, look at the screen, and try to pick up what you can. And we'll get you sorted after class. Now, I need you all to download both the word swap and the brief swap. And I'm going to go get one more file. The files are located in the Skype screen for download. I apologize. So open up Skype and you will see Oh, I'm sorry, I put them, I didn't put them in Transcriptionist. Hang on, I apologize. Okay. Here they go. Brief swap, word swap, conflicts. Okay, so they're available now on the Transcriptionist thread. Just download them to your computer. If it goes to the downloads folder, that's great. I'm going to show you what we're going to do with them. We're going to go ahead and close out of, definitely turn your mic off first, and then close out of the job that we went into. That should take us back to the Transcriptionist main menu. I would like for you all to click on the Import button, please. And then we're going to click on Import Brief Forms. And I'm just going to go to my desktop. And there it is. It's called Brief Swap.txt. I'm going to click on Open. Then I'm going to click on, okay, there we go. The brief form import is complete. I'm going to click on OK. Then we're going to do Import Word Swaps. Point to the desktop. Click on wordswap.txt and click on Open. And then we're going to get the message that the word swap import is complete. Click on OK. And finally, we're going to click on Import Conflicts. We're going to double click on the desktop, click on conflicts.txt, and click on Open. And now the conflicts import is complete. I'm going to click on OK. Now, I'd like you all to close the import dialog. And then we are going to go back to our job. So because we're still wanting to add more to our job through dictation, we're going to go back in to the dictation window. Okay, if what you imported did not save to the desktop, you may just have downloaded it, and it may be located in your downloads folder. And so if you would right click on the Windows icon in the lower left corner and click on File Explorer, then over on the left find the downloads folder, and then it's very likely that if you did not specify a place to download those files to, then they probably downloaded to the downloads folder. And if you have the date modified column and you click on it so that the little arrow at the top points down, that's telling you that these are the files that you most recently downloaded. So they should be right there at the top. Does that help, Michelle? Okay. So if you click on one of these images, it will open the file. And then you can click on File, Save As, and save it to wherever you want to save it. If you want, you can point it to Downloads and click on Save. And then you can exit, click on the next one. File, save as, and I'm going to go to the downloads folder this time, and I'm going to click on save. Then I'm going to do file, exit. Now I'm going to click on word swap. File, save as, downloads, save, then file, exit. Did the last method I showed you work, everyone? Can you now locate the files? Okay, now, do you all need me to walk through the process of importing them in again? Okay, super. I'm going to close out of the dictation window. Shelley didn't get the forms. Oh. Oh, Shelley is offline on Skype. That's why she didn't get it. Okay. So she acquired it though. That's good. Okay, fantastic. So now let's go ahead and start from point 1. We've got the files, the brief swap, the word swap, the conflicts. It's on our desktop or in our downloads. We know where those files are. We are going to go ahead and click on the import button. Now we're going to click on import brief forms. We can go either to downloads, and then you're looking for briefswap.txt. You click on it one time. Once you click on it, you can see what's in the file. And a lot of people you know, everybody starts with this file. You're going to customize this file to fit your specific needs. So it may or may not be that you use all these things, but it's a good place to start, and it gives you ideas. So I'm going to click on briefswap.txt and open. And then I'm going to move on to, there we go, it says the brief forms import is complete. So say okay. So now we're going to click on import word swaps. I'm going to look in downloads this time, and it is called wordswap.txt. Just click on it and click on open. And the final one, and there's our verification that it has imported. I'm going to click on OK. Then we're going to click on import conflicts. I'm going to go to downloads. I'm going to select my conflicts.txt, and I'm going to click on open. And now I've completed it. So I'm going to go ahead and close out of the import dialog, and I'm going to return. For right now, instead of going into dictate, I'm going to just go into edit, because I'm not going to be dictating. I'm just going to be editing this time. And so I want to show you all the tools for editing. First, let's start with some hotkeys. The hotkey for punctuation, for period, is Control period. I think I hit the right one. Let's see. What Control period does, Control period, is it puts a period, 2 spaces, and it caps the next. So it didn't quite work for me right here. So if I go back and try it again, Control period, there we go. So Control period adds a period, 2 spaces, and caps the next word. That's going to be very helpful when you're going back and proofing. And so I'm going to do a control period here. Or maybe I want a question mark. So I'm going to do a control question mark. And let's say I want to add a word here. And so let's say I want to make this lowercase. So I'm going to do Control I, and that makes the word initial case down. If I do it again, Control I, then it goes back to a capital letter. So these keys are what we call toggles, meaning you do it once and it whatever effect it's going to have, it does it. You do it again and that effect goes away. So I'm going to do Control question mark, and I'm going to do let's say that I want to comma and close this section. I would hold down the Control key and I would hit the comma, and it automatically puts the commas in the right place. And then I'm going to put in another control period here. Let's say that Michelle was spelling her name, and in the States, when something is spelled, we do Control U to uppercase it, and then Control Dash to stitch it. Control Dash again, and it goes back to just uppercase. Control U, lowercase. Control I, initial cap. Okay, so let's say I want capital here, Control I, then a period here, control period. Now, let's say that we get to a word that is, the way you say it is the right word, but the spelling is wrong. Like this will often happen with for, F-O-U-R, and for, F-O-R. And so there are lots of these conflicts. So how do you know if there is a word swap? Well, the only way you'll know is to put your cursor on the word. So I've put my cursor on the word to. I'm going to hold down the control key and I'm going to hit Y. See, that's the next form of to. Again, now it's TWO. Again, now it's QCO, asterisk Q asterisk, my QCO. The reason it's in there for me is because for me, it is a conflict. Control Y. The numeric 2, control Y. And we're back to where we began. Not every word will have that many word swaps. Not every word will have any word swaps. I'm going to put my cursor on the word and, control Y. So I'm getting in, and. So that's what I refer to as a swap set. And how do you add those and edit those? That is very easy to do by clicking on the options button, whether you're here in your editing screen or in the dictating screen or from the main menu. You can go to options. And you can look at all of the word swaps that we have put in there. A lot of them are just the number and the number written out. So all you have to do, and you can do this while you're dictating, if you see something's wrong, you can put your cursor there and just control Y, and it'll flip over to the other answer or the next answer in the row. Now, as you're looking at these, keep in mind that we've created this list over a 20-year period. This list does not come from one person. This list comes from about 10 people. And these are our most highly trusted and respected end users. They have grown to a proficiency with the application that makes them what we refer to as power users. And so they are the ones that give us information. So what I do when I have time, which is not very often, I actually go through them and I say, okay, do I ever have a problem with 1, 1, and 1? No, not really. Now, if it doesn't conflict with anything else, I leave it there. If it does conflict with something else, then I remove it. As you look through it, you will see some things that are just really, really out there. And you have a hard time believing that those words will ever even appear on your screen for any purpose. If that's the case, feel free to delete it. You know, let's see. Okay, this earn, that is, I've never seen that. So I want to delete it. So I'm going to highlight it so that the little black arrow is to the right of it and pointing to it. And I'm going to click on delete. And poof, it's gone. So you can also add. So my favorite one to add always is Adria, my name, because Dragon doesn't get it right, people don't get it right. So what are the other options? It will come up as Adri in. It will come up as Adrian. And the last one is Andrea. So these are the things that come up when I use my name. So I add them so that I can quickly fix it on the fly while I'm dictating. So it's as easy as that. Then you close the new Word window and you just hit save. And now you've got a new word swap in your dictionary. It's very easy to do. Now let's talk about brief forms. Brief forms are really, really cool. And what I have been doing is I've been going through the incredibly long brief forms list and taking out what I don't use a lot of and putting in what I do use a lot of. And I think it's a lot more accurate. These are all things you are going to use. You're going to type them in. And this is going to be mostly used in the editing phase. So somebody might have said, and you want to put it in there so that it spells correctly. Then you can do that by just hitting a few keys right here. So it's very, very useful tool, and you'll learn to love it. Now, this last tool is the most user-specific tool we have. Conflicts are kind of an interesting thing. In steno, conflicts were very different than they are now in voice. It is the way that I say order, or order. The way I say it makes it come out odder sometimes. And so I've added that on occasion. Usually it's a dragon new user. Once the user gets to know me, then I don't see as much of that anymore. And you're going to see the same thing. It's important to understand that when you use conflicts, if any of the conflicts in that list come up in your dictation, it will come up inside a bracket. The bracket will be light blue. The word that dragon thinks is right will be in black. And all your other options are in baby blue. And you can click on a different option if you want, or you can go with the default option. It's completely up to you. So at this point, I think that I would rather focus. Let's do apply and okay. And now we've been introduced to the brief forms and the conflicts. And conflicts will come up, like I said, in black and baby blue. If you click on the right answer, all the other answers will disappear. So it's easily something you can do after you've dictated, but once you get used to dictating, this is something you're going to be able to do right from the get-go. And that's a phenomenal thing. So there's a lot of big, big things happening there. Okay, so I want you to investigate the hotkeys this coming week and learn to use them. The other thing that I really wanted to show you today is how to use Real-Time Coach. It is a phenomenal, phenomenal product. So what I'm going to do is bring up my web browser. Okay, this is how Real-Time Coach is supposed to look when you get in there. And the way it works is you create a job from Transcriptionist, and instead of acquiring audio, you're just going to click on OK, and then you'll go to dictate. Open up my user. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn my mic on here in Transcriptionist. And then I'm going to minimize it. And then I'm going to come here to my first audio file. Oops. Test. I think Dragon has failed. So I have to close my window.
Hi, Adria.
Okay.
Hello? Is she here? No. Hi, Adria. She been moved.
Seeing the Zoom screen. Okay.
Hello, Adria. Hello.
I'm going to exit Zoom and I'm going to re-enter if you can hear me. I apologize. Is this better? Okay, now we're going to hit dictate to active window. I'm going to turn my mic on, and I'm going to go back to Real-Time Coach, and I'm going to click on the first video. And I'm going to dictate her. So here we go. All right. First and foremost, I sent you all a link this week to Real-Time Coach. So you should be able to get to Real-Time Coach without issue. Now, what you need to be doing in Transcriptionist is you need to come into the dictate screen, turn on your mic, and turn on dictate to active window. What that means is it'll still be dictating here in Transcriptionist, even though you are transcribing it at a different time. Okay, so I'm going to trying to move this thing out of the way. Okay, so
Hello, Adria.
now
Hi,
go
Adria.
back to my real time. And again, I need to be sure
Hello.
that I am using the right listening device. So I'm going to right click on this down here and go to Playback Devices. And I can see that for playback, I am using Realtek High Definition Audio, which is correct. And for recording, I'm also using it. So that's going to be hard with it using the exact same device, but you should be able to do it.
Adria?
I
Adria?
see it playing. Do any of you hear it playing?
Adria?
I certainly do not.
Hello?
Okay, I'm going to go back another.
Look, spell hello. Adria? Who is she hearing?
Hello? What's up, Maureen? I keep trying to unmute you.
Can you hear me now?
Now you're unmuted, but I still don't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Let me take off my headset. Try again.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can.
We are not hearing you, and we are not seeing what you're doing.
Are you not seeing what I'm doing?
No, we are just seeing the main menu, I guess, for the transcriptionist cat screen.
Okay. How's this?
All right. So
So
But you'll, yes, we as well, I'm seeing something.
you're
The video?
seeing,
The video?
I think what you're seeing is the real-time coach screen.
Okay.
It's an image of a woman.
Yes.
Okay, yes, that's correct. Let me go
Okay.
back to the list.
Right.
Okay,
So you'll have to start from the top because we were not seeing anything.
okay. This,
In addition to that, Adria,
yes.
where did you send the link?
Where did I send this information?
The link for us to download for the real-time coach.
I sent that in an email to all of you.
We got no email.
You did not. Okay.
No.
All right. Let me go back to where I have the information and I will send you the link all in Skype right now.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. I was wondering why I didn't hear from any of you about real-time coach.
But now you know.
Yes, indeed. Okay. Okay, Skype. And I'm gonna do this in the okay, when I'm working with you guys, and I see a lot of you texted me while I was speaking. I can't see my Skype window.
Oh.
We're talking, you know, while I'm showing you stuff.
Yes. Well, we couldn't get on to you, so.
Gotcha. Okay, so now you should all be seeing the URL. It's http ://ACE.
Yes.
Do you see it?
Yes, we do.
Okay, so once you follow that link, you come over here and log in.
What are we using to log in? Is it the same as our?
Yes, you see how it says your username is your first name?
Yeah.
And your last name with no spaces between. And all lowercase. And your password is welcome.
Okay.
All lowercase.
Okay.
Okay. And then you should all be seeing the real-time coach screen with the ACE logo on it. And if you scroll down, you will see some of the files that I've selected for you. And so if you click on one,
If there's no videos at the bottom of the screen.
no videos at the bottom of the screen.
No.
What are you seeing?
We're just seeing recent and favorites.
Okay, so you don't see the word play or track or
At the top,
create.
yes. Adria,
Okay, yes.
Simone is not able to log on.
Simone is not able to log on to what?
To real time.
To real-time coach?
Yes.
And who is it that's not able?
Simone.
Okay, Simone's one of the people that has a hyphenated last name, yes.
Yes.
Is she using her first name and both of her last names?
Yes.
Is she using the hyphen?
Are you? No.
Okay. That's the way it should be. And yet it's not letting her in.
No.
Okay. I'm gonna have to call them about this because what I would try if I was Simone is I would try first name and the last name and first name and the first last name. You know, and see if either one
She
of
got
those.
through, Adrian.
Yes,
She finally got through.
she finally got through.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So what you're supposed to be able to do
Yes.
is, so you don't see any videos at the bottom of your
Do
screen.
we have to click on recent or anything like that?
You shouldn't have to click on recent. Let's see. Can you click on play and click on intro to speech cat?
Okay. Okay, we have week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4.
Great. Click on week 1 and click on any of these 3
Yes.
videos.
Yes.
And then it's going to bring you to this screen.
Right.
Where you see a gentleman, you see a play button, and you see voice assignments. You don't have to really pay attention to any of what's on the right now, but what you need to be able to do is go back to Transcriptionist and turn on your microphone and dictate to active window so that there's a box around it. And then when you hit play, you start repeating what you hear. You should hear the man in your headset, and you should just start repeating what he says. And I'll go ahead and try to do it for you here.
Ready? Begin.
Ready, begin.
At this second appearing to take the
At
oath
this second
of the
appearing
presidential office,
to take the oath of the
there is
presidential
less
office,
occasion for an extended address than there was at the first. Then a statement somewhat in...
I'm sorry, I need to be able to use my headset for this, because otherwise I'm hearing my voice and I can't hear the guy. So hang on just a minute while I put my headset on. New line.
Occasion for an extended address than there was at the first. Then a statement somewhat in detail of a course to be pursued seemed fitting and occasion for an extended than there was at the first.
Okay, I can't use this headset. It's looking for the other one, which I do not have. Okay, so what you're going to do in this one is you're going to dictate what you're hearing. You should be hearing it in your headset and just dictating it at a regular volume voice as best you can.
Adria,
Yes?
Shellyan is saying that she cannot get into real time. And we would also ask if you can just go over this step again for us, please.
Okay. I'm not sure what you guys mean by going into real time. Are you talking about transcriptionist, or are you talking about real-time coach?
She's not able to log into real time. Her name is Shellyan Harry,
Yeah.
real-time coach, yes. So I think she's having a problem. Yes, so.
Okay.
No hyphen, right?
What? Okay, Shelly Ann, I think the problem may lie in your name hyphenation. Try it without the hyphen.
She's there? Okay. No.
No, she's what?
She hasn't gotten in as yet.
Okay.
She has exceeded the number of login times, so she has to retry again later.
Okay. Let me make a note of that. Is there anyone else that cannot get in?
Is anyone else? Anyone? No, apparently not.
Okay. All right, so Shelly Ann, can you please ask her what she has tried?
Shelly, and what you tried? Shelly Harry, Shelly Ann Harry, no hyphen, no hyphen.
So she's tried Shelly Harry and Shelly Ann Harry, both without the hyphens.
Yes.
Okay. I'll send an email to my contact the minute we're done here.
Okay.
And see what the problem might be, because I also need to make sure that the instructors are able to get in as well. One of the things that I wanted to be able to show you that I can't seem to find a way to do it is I wanted to show you that when you're dictating in real time coach, what happens is it goes ahead and writes what you're saying, what you're repeating after, and it tells you how many errors you've made, and it tells you what accuracy you currently are at that speed. And so it gives you a lot of good practice and really great feedback. So this is something that this is what I want you to use from now on to do your dictations. And every time you do a dictation, I want you to write down which dictation it was, just hearing rehabilitation services for legally, that you could do that, write that, legally blind veterans, 140, and then, WPM, and then you put a dash, and I want to know what your percentage is every time you dictate. So I want you to keep a notebook of that, and every week I would like you to submit to me what videos you have done and the accuracy that you achieved on each. Once you understand Transcriptionist, your focus will be to dictate every time you come to class, that you have a spare minute. I would like for you to be doing one dictation a day, correcting the entire dictation in Transcriptionist after the fact, and definitely making note of the accuracy information that Real-Time Coach gives you. That's going to be very important. It's going to help you to succeed at different speeds, because every week it will be ever increasing speeds. So if there are only 3 videos for that week, you do those 3 videos, whichever ones you want, but you do them each at least once, and try to do one dictation every day. The more you do that, the more you will rapidly get accurate and get used to listening and repeating. It just takes time, that's all. It doesn't take a special, talent. It only takes dedication and time doing it to get better at it. So you can all do this. You're a phenomenal group of ladies, and you certainly can do this. You've done very well with everything else. Now, I'm just going to recap. Go ahead, Michelle. Did you have something to tell me?
This is Amina, Adria.
Oh, hi, Amina.
Hi. I'm not sure what you were going to do next, but I'm sorry if I interrupted you. I just would like to, if you can show us from a new job page how to dictate from the real time, please.
Yes, okay. Okay, so we're going to start. I don't know about you guys, but I like to bookmark places I have to go on my screen. So in the real-time coach, I always click on the little star and bookmark it so that I can get back to it very quickly. And that is definitely something I want on my favorites bar. And there it is. So you can see ACE, my real-time coach. So I'm going to close the Internet Explorer, and I'm going to also close Transcriptionist. And we'll start from a blank screen. So what we're going to do is I'm going to open up first Transcriptionist. I'm going to go to the button right beneath the word file in the upper left-hand corner and click one time. which is going to bring up my new job screen. I'm going to type in something that represents this job. Like I might want to, at this point, go ahead and go to the internet, and mine always goes to the school first, but I can also go to my favorites bar. Oh gosh, I'd like to take it off instead of adding it, so I don't see it. I'm going to log in. And then I'm going to go to this guy. Okay, so I'm ready on the real-time coach side. I'm going to minimize this. And I can always get what the name of it is from here. Hearing Canadian beef and cattle imports. So I'm going to go to Transcriptionist and type in hearing Canadian beef and cattle imports. Part 10. Okay, and then I'm not gonna have to click on acquire. I'm just gonna click on apply and OK. And then I'm going to simply click on dictate. That takes me into my dictation screen. And I need to pick my user. Click on open. And I'm going to wait until down here the now that it says topics ready, I can start dictating. So I can turn on the mic. And I'm going to bring up my real-time coach and click on play.
Ready? Begin.
It is time for our global trading policies to evolve as well.
Policy to evolve
The United
as well.
States needs to be
The
a
United
leader in
States
this
needs to be a
evolution.
leader in this evolution.
In December 2003,
In December
we
2003,
discovered that a
we
Canadian
discovered
cow
that a
in the United
Canadian
States
cow in the
had
United
AFP.
States.
Upon that discovery, we began to suffer the same fate as the other countries in the world that had
We
BSE.
began to suffer
We
the same
lost
fate
our
as other
export
countries in the
markets.
world.
The loss of these markets
We lost
cost
our
us
export
$175 a head, and the cumulative loss to date to our cattlemen is now at $4.8 billion. In August 2004, NCBA members adopted a policy that advocated the world policy on trade evolve to a
I
science-based
think what I failed to
getting
do
away
was
from
click
this policy
dictate to
based upon
active window.
This hearing was called to discuss the rule
This
declaring
hearing was
Canada
called to
as a
discuss the
minimal risk
ruling.
country. The USDA rule
The
is
USDA
generally
rule
consistent with
is
NCBA's
generally
policy.
consistent with
However,
NCBA's policy.
on the announcement of this
On the
rule,
announcement of this
it was
rule,
followed
it
shortly
was followed
thereafter
shortly
by the
thereafter
discovery of two
by the
additional
discovery of
cases
two
of
additional
BSE
leads
in Canada.
of BSE in
This
Canada.
increased the concern among our nation's cattlemen.
Concern among our
To address
nation's
those
cattlemen.
concerns,
To address those
NCBA
concerns,
sent a trade team to Canada
and send a
to
trade
find out
team
the
to
facts.
Canada to find out the
That trade
facts.
team's report is included in our
That
written
team's
testimony.
report is included.
In the past month, we have had
In
a
the past
convention
month,
of our
we have
membership.
had
This trade team report
this
was
trade
reviewed.
team report, which was
This
reviewed.
issue was debated,
This issue
and at
was
the end of our
debated,
convention,
and at the end of our
our
convention,
NCBA
our
membership
NCBA
adopted
membership
an 11-point
adopted
directive
an
that
11-point
outlined
directive
our
that
concerns
outlined
with the
our
rule
concern
and how we felt it best
and
to
how
move
we felt it
forward
best to
with
move forward
reestablishing our
with
international trade.
reestablishing our international trade.
We still have several
We still have
concerns
several
regarding this rule,
concerns
but we are
regarding this
pleased
rule,
that
but we are
many of our
pleased
concerns have
that many
already
of our
been
concerns have
addressed.
already been addressed.
We are appreciative
We
of
are
USDA
appreciative
under
of
the
the
leadership of
USDA
Secretary Jones
under the
and the
leadership of
fact that they
Secretary
delayed the
Jones,
implementation of the rule
the
regarding the
implementation of the rule
importation
regarding the
of beef
implementation
from cattle over 30
of
months.
beef and cattle over 30
But we still are
months.
concerned and
But we
feel
still
that
are
it is
concerned
imperative that we
and feel that it
resolve
is
once and for
imperative
all the
that we
issue
resolve
regarding
once and for all the issue
anaplasmosis and blue tongue
relating
on
to
all
blue
cattle
tongue
that are
and
traded
animal
between the two
osmosis
countries.
that are traded
We
between the two
also have
countries.
concerns that
We
USDA
also
will be
have
able to
concerns
effectively
that
enforce their ban on the
effectively
importation of
enforce
breed
their
heifers,
ban
and of
on
paramount
the
concern to us
importation.
is how is this going to affect our ability to expand our access for products from the U.S. We have to have access for access. We appreciate the efforts of you and Congress and the administration to get our export markets opened. But the fact remains that many of our major trading partners still will not allow our product. We cattlemen expect that the government will ensure that we are treated fairly in the international arena. And when our trading partners do not use sound science to base their rules upon, when they don't follow the rules, and when they don't negotiate in good faith, we expect our government to defend us by using all the tools necessary, including economic sanctions. The BSE policies of this country, we feel, are based upon sound science and the OIE guidelines, as they should be. We think it is important that all of us remember that the most important thing that we can do is to withhold specified risk materials from the food supply, and this is being done. I bring this up because we are concerned about some recent comments that infer that beef from the U.S. is not safe. We feel this is not only irresponsible, it is inaccurate, and it is dangerous because it undermines the science that is the foundation for our safeguards. And we run the risk of undermining consumer confidence. And we endanger the livelihoods of the men and women of this country that depend on cattle and beef for their livelihoods. NCBA prides itself on making knowledge-based decisions based upon the facts. We would urge that you would review the testimony that accompanies our written testimony from the leading scientists in this nation that we feel reinforce the points that I have made. I would like to thank you for allowing me this time with you, and I look forward to answering your questions.
Okay, so when you're done here, you would click on Check Transcript. I purposefully stopped dictating. There were a lot of things I missed. Now, you can see that my real-time accuracy is at 3% because I have my list of errors is 662. On the left is the master transcript, what it's right, you know, the actual words. And then on the right are the words that I put in by my dictation. And some of it got what the guy was saying directly. So, but you can see that it's all here, and you have an accuracy. You have how many errors, how many untranslates, dropped words, group of 3. So it gives you a lot of information. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to minimize this, and I'm going to maximize the transcriptionist. And what I want to show you is that all of this text is here. Why is this relevant? Because you can now do correction mechanism on this text to improve the accuracy with which you dictate. So this is your task for the next week. And actually, it's probably going to be your task for the next several weeks. We will do some other training. You'll be learning other things, but you're going to be doing this speed building practice for quite some time. So before I let you all go, I'm going to turn off the mic here, and I can close and come back and correct that later if I'd like to. And everything that you do in Real-Time Coach is going to be saved under your user. So, you can, call it done there and say, okay, well, I'm done with Real-Time Coach right now. I'm going to close it. And I'm going to close this.
Adria,
Yes.
Ayana is not getting the videos to come up.
Say that again.
Ayana is not seeing the videos on Real-Time Coach.
Okay, Ayana. So she can get in, but she can't see the videos.
That's right.
Okay, and Ayana's last name is Foster, right?
Yes.
Okay. I'll also ask about her when I call about Shelly Ann. Is anyone else having problems in Real-Time Coach listening to the audio or anything at all?
No. Just Ayana and Shelly Ann can't get on.
Okay, Shelly Ann can't get on, and Ayana sees no video.
Yeah.
Very
Oh, and Kim, sorry, not Kim. Naomi is also not seeing the video.
Okay. So Naomi can log in, but not
Yes.
see videos.
That's right.
Okay.
Okay, Naomi has sorted out her issue,
Okay.
but let me see. Ayana is still trying.
And then there's a few people that I need to dial into.
You need to?
I need to dial into a few people.
Okay.
And I think that is Jamie, Juanita.
Juanita, yes.
And is it, I can't remember. Earlier I was trying to dial in.
Kishelle.
It's Kishelle. Okay, great. So is transcriptionist.
Not Kishelle. Who is it?
Is it Kim?
Is it Kim? Is it Kim? All right, so it's Juanita and Kim.
Okay, very good. I believe that Kim already gave me an ID, so I should be able to get into her
Ayana is
computer.
good? Okay, so Ayana got the videos.
Oh, Ayana does see the videos now?
Yes, she does.
Okay, great. Okay. Okay, but Naomi's still having problems, right?
No, Naomi is good.
Oh, great.
Yes.
Okay, so it's just Shelly Ann now that can't get in.
Right, she can't get it, no.
Okay. Very good. Now, and Juanita and Kim, as I close this meeting here, if you would bring up TeamViewer and Skype me your passwords so I can come in and try to see what's wrong with your transcriptionist application. Is anybody else having any problems?
Anyone else with problems? Apparently not.
Okay,
Yeah.
very good. Well, if you have questions, you can always Skype me. But I think you have your marching orders for next week.
Yes. Oh, the 13 dictation audio that is on transcriptionist.
Yes,
Those are just for practice, or do we need
Yes.
to?
it's all for practice. It's all for practice. The point is to get you used to listening and repeating.
Okay.
So as much as you can do that, it's a benefit for you.
Oh, I have a question
Yes, ma'am.
on the real-time coach. Can
Yes,
you
ma'am.
slow down the audio, or
No, you can't.
Okay.
So what I can do though is I can go and look for some slower ones. So I will look for that for you,
Yes.
so that I can get some. Maybe I can push.
And what about punctuation? The class has noticed that you were not punctuating while you were dictating, so they wanted to know
Mhm.
about
Well,
punctuation in real-time coach.
I think punctuation is always fantastic. If you can punctuate, the problem I was having tonight was that my headset, for some odd reason, is not working with my computer tonight.
Oh.
And so I had to listen out loud and dictate out loud.
And that would be difficult.
It was difficult, and that's why
What was the first?
I told you
A
exactly
statement.
the way I do it, because I do like to use punctuation very much. And I think that I'm not positive whether or not it grades for punctuation, but I will ask my connection at Real Time Coach.
That would be good. Any more questions? No? Yes. Adria?
Okay.
So do we?
Adria?
Yeah.
Yes, Adria, this is Amina. I
Yes,
was wondering when I was doing in the transcriptionist dictation. Now
Yes.
I'm able to correct, but with my dictating, we're hearing my own voice. How do I get back the actual audio to check over my dictation?
You can.
Well, you should be able to play it again, but the point is that what you do is you go in and you do correction mechanism. And so when you're done with Real Time Coach, you get your accuracy information, you close it. Then you've still got your transcriptionist open, and you hit the little correction icon, or you can also do Control K and correct it using your voice, because it is irrelevant to me, whether or not you said the right thing. That's not important to me. What's important to me is, did Dragon translate correctly what you said? That is all that matters.
Okay, Adria, thank you.
You're welcome. Any other questions?
Any other questions? No? Apparently not.
Well, very good. I am going to work with Juanita and Kim. Then I'm going to go ahead and close the meeting and wish you all a good evening.
Don't forget Shelly Ann.
Shelly Ann, I'm going to send an email to my connection regarding Shelly Ann, and I'm going to dial into Juanita and Kim.
And also the punctuation and paragraphing
Yes.
regarding real-time coach.
Yes, I will ask my contact when I'm asking her about Shelly Ann, about punctuation as well. Are you graded on punctuation?
And we look forward to slower videos.
I bet you do. I'll work on that. And I'll text you all via Skype in the group when I've got some slower videos for you.
So one more before you leave.
Yes, ma'am.
When we do the dictation on Real-Time Coach, it is saved here and you can access it.
I don't know.
How do you grade it? How do you...
I won't be, my grading has more to do with your proficiency with the software.
Do we have to upload it to you, or you can get onto our...
I can see your grades. I can see all of your grades. I can see all of the accuracy information that you get. I have access to in Real-Time Coach.
Oh, so you would know how often we get on and...
Yes. Yes, I do. At this point, I'm gonna, we're still trying to settle into everything. I need to get you guys slower videos. What I would really like you to focus on tonight before you leave class is make sure you've got ACE bookmarked in your browser.
Okay.
And, I would say that right now, working with the ones that I put up that you can slow down might be better until I get some slower videos up for you on Real-Time Coach.
So how do you slow it down? You have to do that on...
Let me show you. Well, the ones, like if you are using, like when you acquire the videos.
Right. You can slow it down over there.
You can slow it. Let's see. If you're in Transcriptionist.
Yeah, I know how to do that there.
Oh, you know to do it there.
Yeah, I thought it was different.
Yeah, in Real-Time Coach, you cannot slow it down. It's at a certain speed, and that's it.
Oh, okay.
That's why I think for now you might want to stick with the ones I put up, because you can slow them down. And I will do my very best to get those videos up as soon as possible. But it's late for me, and I'm tired. So I'm going to try to work with Juanita to get the program working. And, and then I'm going to call it an evening after I try to get her and Kim working.
Very well. Thank you very much.
Okay. You have a wonderful evening, ladies.
And before you sign off, the guest lecture.
Yes.
We know that you are not able to do it on Saturday. What about the following Saturday, or perhaps the Thursday?
That is possible. I think she's willing to be available, not this Saturday, but next.
Next, okay.
Yeah.
But not the Thursday.
Well, I can ask her about the Thursday.
Because,
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, because I think the weekday might be better for those of us that live over yonder.
Okay. If Thursday's better?
Yeah.
Okay.
Next Thursday.
Okay. All right, I'll ask her about next Thursday.
And how long is the her video conference?
Oh, geez. I don't know if it won't be over 2 hours.
Very well.
It may be, I don't think she'll talk for less than an hour.
Okay, that will do fine.
And she'll be sharing with you guys some tips and tricks, and I'm going to have her come in and visit with y'all a few times.
Okay.
So this will only be her introductory visit.
Okay, and we have a religious holiday on Wednesday, the 18th.
Okay.
We will not be joining you.
Right, Wednesday the 18th, we are going to be off.
Yes, we will be off. We will try not to miss you.
Oh, no worries. Oh, try not to miss me. I know I will miss y'all. Oh, I was talking to my best friend. She came over last night, and I was telling her about all of you.
Really?
And she said, well, you tell him to tell you what doubles is. And then, and the more we talked about Trinidad, the more she slipped back into her Trinidadian accent.
Oh.
And it's beautiful. I love it. So it just always makes me smile. And then she started talking about limes at her grandmother's house. And a lime on Friday night and a lime on Saturday night. I just love the words you guys use.
You do? Oh.
I do. It's wonderful.
Well, thank you very much.
Oh, you're very welcome. Thank you very much. I always enjoy hearing y'all speak.
Well, we look forward to seeing you next week, Thursday.
Very good. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful evening. And Juanita and Kim, I'm about to start up with you.
Okay,
So
then.
I'll close the meeting then for now. We'll
Okay.
talk again soon.
Yes.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.